Hey, I'm Shelly.
And I'm Angela.
And we are the hosts of Real Talk Dating Exposed,
where we share the good, the bad, and the ugly of dating in your 40s.
So if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe below and give this video a like.
And if you're listening to us on an audio platform, be sure to follow us there as well.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so we have a lot of places we can meet someone, right? If we're not meeting them in the apps, which I think we can both agree, like it takes time. It's not
ideal always.
If we're not meeting them online, like where are we meeting people in our 40s?
I mean,
at our age.
Yeah. So, I mean, we can talk about me. This is why I'm on the apps, right? Like, have we not had these conversations? So we run such busy lives that it's like, I'm a homebody at this age, like through and through. Put me by myself with my dog at home and like give me a book or a Netflix show and I'm fucking good on a Friday night. Like that's my real reality. But understanding that, adding the apps in and what comes along with that sometimes we're like, we still need to be open organically, right?
Right.
So like I think.
Because you're not meeting someone on your couch on a Friday night.
No, and that's where I prefer to be 90% of the time.
Right.
So, but the nights that we do go out, like that I'm living my best life, acting like I'm 20s again and I'm staying out in Scottsdale, like, do I want to meet someone in a bar? Like, ideally, no.
No, because it's not part of your lifestyle. So, like, if that's theirs, then, like, it's an automatic disalignment. Right?
Agree.
Yeah.
So, like, I get people being like, well, you need to get out there more. And I'm like, okay, but what does that look like? Because it's few and far between, maybe once a month that we head out for drinks past 5 o'clock. I'm going to be honest. And then if a guy's there, do I want a guy that's frequenting? Like, unless he's doing what I'm doing, which is just a random occurrence, and then I guess you can call it fate. But like 9 times out of 10, I feel like the guys out are the same guys out.
Yeah.
You know, and then that's just not aligning.
Right.
So then we can full circle that to like the gym. The gym. I mean,
I always say like it would be ideal if we found someone at the gym because that is such a part of like who we are.
Totally. But then let's talk about what happens when it doesn't work out.
The consequence of it after. Yeah.
So
which we've dealt with.
Yes. Which is they still, I mean, you meet someone at the gym, awesome, decide it's not going to work out, can't find that friendly friend vibe post date, you know, which we try to do often, which is like, hey, I think you're cool.
Yeah.
No hard feelings, just not my person. Sometimes it gets weird. Some guys just don't want that. And, you know, and then you're stuck on the leg press and looking over and they're doing biceps and you're like, okay, now you're in my like safe space and now you're making me not feel like, you know, so I don't like dating in my gym. I'm not mad. I come from a background of all gym men. And I'm not going to stereotype you guys, but I am going to stereotype you guys. And it doesn't normally work with my personality. Someone that's like overly, like obviously we have what we're attracted to.
Sure.
And I like men that look like they work out.
fit.
Not just work out,
Yeah.
like look like they work out.
Yeah.
And that leads me down a path that we're trying to like, Shelly, we are not going in that direction anymore.
Because
on the regular basis.
they tend to be more like egotistical.
A little narcissistic.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to start insulting a lot of my friends. Love you all. But real talk is just, yes, the ego side, less emotionally available, a little bit more selfish, a little bit more self-serving. Cheaters. I mean, we can go down the line. I'm not saying all of them, but like
that's just been your experience.
That's been my experience in my 41 years. So so I'm not mad at the gym because we are sharing something. So I actually have dated guys from the gym that aren't like the gym looker. Like they're fit. They're just not overly fit.
Right.
I probably always went for the overly fit.
Yeah.
And then they know they're overly fit. And
because I think there's a difference between someone who looks like they worked out versus stage.
Agree. Or
Like,
the guys
I
that
think
still
that's
don't
like,
do stage but want to look like they're going on stage.
Yeah. I think that there's a difference.
And then if you carry around like a tripod or a selfie stick,
that's a no.
It's a fucking hard no. So like
that's a no.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's taking it overboard. So yeah, I'm not mad at fitness spaces. So then that leads us to what? Like hiking, biking, yoga. I mean, you can kind of go down that path. The thing is, sometimes when I'm in the gym, I'm like in my zone and like I'm not looking around at what's happening around me.
But we kind of are.
I mean, okay.
Oh, we kind of are.
We are.
Like you're kind of scoping, like, okay, who is that person? Like I see that person.
Totally.
Like,
So you wait for the eye contact.
Yeah, like Batman.
Yeah, Batman. And the other one, we didn't nickname him.
Yeah, he was just kind of like lingering around while I was stretching, and I was like, this dude's gonna
trying to talk to me.
And as soon as I took my AirPods out, there he was, you know.
And he was an example of where it could stay cool. because you weren't
Totally.
feeling it
Yeah.
and you were like, but hey, see you here. Okay, great. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've had other instances where it doesn't stay cool and then I'm seeing them there and I'm like, okay, now this is awkward.
But typically at that point, like you've learned what times they go.
Totally. But
So
I'm
then
not
you're just
adjusting
like,
my life for this motherfucker.
Well,
You would?
I mean, for a while there with Batman, I didn't want to like
Run into
him because I didn't know how he was going to be.
Oh, yeah. But if you
and I knew he would go in the afternoon, so I'd go in the morning.
See, I feel like if you're fucking with my schedule, then that's a whole nother problem.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not mad at that.
But this goes back to like the pros and cons of dating someone at the gym.
Totally.
And so, yeah, if you're an outdoorsy person, you can meet someone there. But like, again, everything you're talking about, it's like what you're hiking and you walk past someone, you're like, good morning. Oh, good morning.
Yeah.
Like,
meanwhile, like as you're
how do
passing
you even
each other
like
on the
bridge
trails,
that gap?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, where else would you? So then
Work.
hobbies. Okay, work.
And that's a no.
But do we want to date realtors?
No.
Okay, so next. But I agree, people could, but that's a whole nother.
But that's like, I feel like that's like the same dynamic at the gym, right? Like, because our
workplace.
industry's so big but so small, like
it gets weird.
it gets weird.
100%.
And also, I feel like a man, this might offend some people, this will, but like I feel like a man in real estate that doesn't do as much business as me, like automatic can't even like look you in the eyes. Like I just feel like
You're like, hold on a second, let me pull his numbers up. Yeah, well, that could
Literally.
create a whole dynamic even on his side.
because I'm
you know
like,
we
what
can
the fuck
save-
are you doing with your time?
Yeah.
Because I'm busy. I
And how
know
are you-
all, and I'm able to do it. So like, why aren't you doing it?
And so
So
that
I
leads
just
down a
feel
whole
like
nother, let's stay away from,
That just brings up a whole other thing.
agree, we'll
Yeah.
stay away from the realtors.
Yeah.
Hobbies, passions, volunteering, like
Yeah.
things of that nature. Like obviously I'm big in dog rescue. It's like my second full-time job is our rescue. Alone No More Dog Rescue, by the way, if you need a dog. But yes and no. Like I have dated someone in that world and
Is this MF?
it's what?
MF?
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't know. I just think maybe I like to try to stay open when it's things
Yeah.
you're passionate about because sharing that
You
is
have
a
that
huge
in
thing.
common.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think dogs, especially dogs, when it becomes, people understand dog rescue is like 24/7 thing. And so like having people that are as compassionate, I think it shows a compassionate side.
Yeah.
But then I found like they're a little too overly compassionate that they can't draw that boundary and then they're losing their emotions. And then I'm like, okay, no. So then I kind of said like, that's not going to work either.
Yeah.
So it leaves me into like, where are we
Which is
meeting?
why we're online.
It's why we're online.
Because it's like you're able to open up your world to people that you maybe wouldn't normally cross paths with while you're on the couch at 5 p.m.
In your
and not
jammies.
having to be out.
I mean, friends though, we had this conversation too.
Yeah,
If
friends will try to
set you up.
set you up.
And I'm not mad at that because they know you and then they obviously know the other party.
Yeah.
So, but then what comes along with that sometimes what if it doesn't work out and then like, are they in the middle? Can get sticky.
Yeah. For sure.
This is why we're online.
This is I just feel like online, I mean, that's where I met my ex-husband was online.
Yeah.
I think it could be great. I think it's just, again, going back to like, what exactly are you looking for? How efficient can you be? Don't get connected to someone before
You meet.
You meet.
And then still don't get connected
I mean,
to them.
literally
for a
one
while.
day at a time.
Yeah.
And just observe and watch and just be very clear on what you're looking for.
Agree.
So, okay, online.
Online.